Our next talk session is from Monitor Customer Behavior and Analyze Customer Insight with the speaker Phuc Anh Do, Country Managing Director of Cloud Kinetics Vietnam. Đỗ Phúc Anh, Managing Director of Cloud Kinetics Vietnam, a digital transformation consultant helping business to start their journey to cloud from base technology foundation infrastructure to business applications that are critical to organizational growth and agility, a result-oriented IT, sales and marketing professional with 20 plus years of experience in a wide range of industries from hospitality, retail, consumer, real estate, education management, financial service, and other industry business application solutions skill in CRM, marketing management and operation, sales management, sales channels management, sales performance, business development, and equipped with problem solving, negotiation, and creative thinking. As a motivation coach, always look for the new level of challenges and achievement. Tiếp theo xin mời quý vị khán giả hãy cùng đến với phần chia sẻ và theo dõi hành vi và phân tích thông tin chi tiết của khách hàng của diễn giả Đỗ Phúc Anh, điều hành công ty tư vấn chuyển đổi số Cloud Kinetics Việt Nam, giúp các doanh nghiệp bắt đầu hành trình tiếp cận cơ sở dữ liệu đám mây từ cơ sở hạ tầng nền tảng công nghệ cơ bản đến các ứng dụng kinh doanh đến các việc ứng dụng các nền tảng công nghệ mới trong việc kinh doanh. Ông đã có hơn 20 năm kinh nghiệm trong nhiều ngành từ khách sạn, bán lẻ, hàng tiêu dùng, bất động sản, quản lý giáo dục, dịch vụ tài chính cho tới các giải pháp ứng dụng kinh doanh khác. Với các kỹ năng về quản lý quan hệ khách hàng, quản lý và vận hành các hoạt động truyền thông, quản lý bán hàng, kênh bán hàng và hiệu suất bán hàng, phát triển kinh doanh. Ngoài ra, ông còn có kỹ năng giải quyết vấn đề, đàm phán với tư duy sáng tạo và là người tạo động lực, luôn tìm kiếm và khát khao chinh phục những thách thức mới. Xin mời ông ạ.
Rất là cảm ơn bạn, rất là cảm ơn tổ chức. Mình nghĩ là chúng ta nên nói chuyện bằng tiếng Việt nhỉ, hay là tiếng Anh nhỉ, cho mình xem lại cái. Okay, so I think we should discuss in English because I saw that in the audience we have a lot of foreign people joining us. And first of all, thank you very much for having me today. And this is my great honor to be with you. Sharing a topic which is very exciting and challenging for me. Right? Apology for a very long bio that I sent into the organizer, but then just very short and brief about me. Right? I'm the managing director for Cloud Kinetics, a company in SI in Vietnam and in the region, helping the business to going on with the digital transformation journey. Previous to that, I had some experience working with IBM and Oracle. Recent 10 years, I've been working a lot with the organization and advising and selling to them the CIM solution. Basically, we talk a lot about customer. We'll talk a lot about engagement, and when we helping now the business to setting up the CIM system. And for that, customer behavior and customer insight, that is something that I came across for the last, few years of my careers. And I hope that, within today, I would like to share to you some of my thoughts into that and hope that we can contribute to the summit and contribute in terms of the business use case as well. I also been, going through the section that we discussed in yesterday and today. So I feel very excited. And we saw that the big focus that we have so far, that is owns about technology. Okay. I've been in the IT industry for the last, over 12 years, and I'm so thrilled and very happy to see that how technology can actually helping us as a business to do much more than it was before. That was great, right? Which is, however, I would like to take all of you guys a little bit step back to the basic. Because at the end of the day, whatever the technology we have, we are still a human being. And so that, whatever we are doing, very much, within that space, why technology and other tool of technology helping us to be engaged, to be connected, which is, however, creates a lot of opportunity, but also challenges for the business, right? And one of that challenging, I think, and I see that we are talking too much about technology and sometimes forgot about how human being we are. Now, I possibly been touching in that a very small part of the discussion, but help hopefully that it creates some calling within for those people who are doing a business today and serving the customer. And the topic today we're talking about the customer insight and customer behavior. Now, if we are talking about right like putting the customer first, most of us right now talking about putting the customer first and be customer centric. But the question is how and what and when the decision we made having something to do with the customer, right? And I think it's an attempt to being customer centric. There's an increasing number of company right now embracing the data driven strategy and approach. And it is very easy to find the reason why of that, because thank you to the big data technology, right? There's a huge amount of information can be ready, right in front of us. And in fact, the Forrester has been showing a research and saying that 30% at least, the company who are more data driven can be achieved about 30% grow faster than the companies that not normally do. But basically, what they are trying to do is that to try to get into the customer information and most importantly, understand them beyond the information can be provided to you. Right? So that's the reason I let become a little bit about, to helping it understand what is the customer insight in making that in separation with the customer information, right? And I do believe and I do see that some and misunderstanding here when we are talking about customer information and customer insight. So that's a definition saying that that is the interpretation of the quantity and the quality data that we're gathering and we are collecting from the customer, whether they are they are feedback or the other source information the source, and then we compiling them, analyzing them, and hopefully that we can make and provide something to supporting the business decision. And the goal of the customer insight is that to identify the behavioral trend so that we improve the efficiency, then the effectiveness of our business interaction, whether it's marketing, sale, or services, right? And from the different, sort of definition also, you see that the connection between the behavioral and the trend into the insight that we are looking from the customer side, right? Now that's the question: why do we need the customer insight, right? So when it comes to the customer experience or user experience, and we are talking about optimizing some sort of digital touch point, right? It seems to be the very logical first step that we're talking about information, so helping it to drive the ideation process. And when it comes to the quantitative data, that helping us to show what is going on. But to answer the question why, that is the quantitative data is coming the way, right? We are talking a lot of that on the digital stand, but one point I want to pointing to raising up right now within the discussion is that are we missing something? Are we missing or are we forgetting the human inside as a human being, right? And for that, and why is that important? It's just because whatever the information that we have, at the end of the day, we want to be finding out what is the action we can do for that with that information. What that action, what is the benefit of that action brought into the business itself? Are they helping us to increase the customer loyalty, increase the customer satisfaction? Very important to the business is that help us to raise the revenue or more profit. Right? There are several ways, to actually we are talking about gathering the customer information, and then very basic people talking about customer feedback by simply asking the question, how are you doing? Right? Imagine if you are the one who are sitting on the table of the restaurant, and at the end of the dinner or in the middle of the dinner, the chef coming in and asking you, how are you guys feeling? How do you think the food are going to be? By asking that question, we get the customer feedback on how they are feeling and what need to be improvement, and that's a normal way that we are seeing. The secondly, that we are talking that possibly that the customer sentiment and how to help us to understand the customer feeling, the customer evaluation and emotional on that. There's and net promotion score, has been a system for several decades, helping us to understand, and also star rating. Right? That also another matters. And I heard from the previous discussion, like more engagement, we are talking about North Star rating system, sort of that. But what happens if you don't have enough the data, right? So you can actually reaching out to buy for the third party data so that they can, giving you some information about the customer that you wanted to. Or the fourth one we can mention about a situational analysis to the customer feeling. Interestingly, that sometimes customer doesn't know which bet or which best to them until it happened in front of them. So I think, but what happened if the customer doesn't know what is the flaw in the services and the product that you are provide, right? So only if that is the improvement that you can create for the customer, so that give you a positive feeling, but that can be a destroyer factor for you if that good feeling being provided to the customer by your competitors. Right? So helping the customer to understand the customer, the way that they are feeling about your product and services by situation analytics, that could also help. Right? Or we are talking about the real-time user testing. Right? A lot of technology right now giving you a real-time online base of experience, such as A/B testing. And I believe that a lot of marketer, a lot of content user using is right now A/B testing, that helping us to really testing and understand what is the customer responding to the content, to the message that you are using to them, and you get instant feedback so that you can get instant improvement, right? And even further, we are talking about predictive model when the AI, artificial intelligence or machine learning, combining with the algorithm and static model, helping you to really build the lookalike model from the customer and helping you to understand, okay, that sort of segment of customer, what are the behavioral reaction and response to a particular campaign that you have. So among that, you might, using and utilize some sort of like a passive collective data, behavioral data. Some people actually using the analytic platform like Google Analytics. We're talking about AWS like QuickSight, or Microsoft, Azure when they are using Power BI, right? All sort of that tool can actually helping you to understand the and collecting the so-called digital behavior understanding from your customer. Again, all of that talking right now, it more on the technical side. So it actually still helping us as a business to achieve several things, right? Helping us to for user to do a testing and UX UI validation. Simply see when you're developing an application on mobile or on website, so that you can help to understand how the customer react to a particular a new website, right? And make change and improvement to create something very much usable for them, very much familiar to them, so that create something easy for them to use. And the second one I want to mention is that the quick win and return on investment, when the customer understand about the quality and the quantity information about customer. And of course, you want to using those information to suggesting a new product and services that fit for the customer, or you can cross sell and upsell irrelevant products and services for the customer, or you can increasing the bucket that the customer actually purchase within one purchase order, right? So all of that create a more revenue, so that you have get to the quick return on investment. And another thing I just want to mention is that understanding the customer behavior and insight helping you and create a competitiveness advantage by creating a new product and services that even before the competitor can brought to the customer, right? So apart from that, you might asking, okay, so as a as I what can what is the guy like me running a SI company doing here? So what I'm reckon for the last 10 year or 12 years of working in the CIM that I see, I brought to the customer a lot of good system, but there is missing in terms of people, process, and understanding. That's the reason why there are two things I mentioned here. We are missing some human side of psychology. We still need to understand a behavioral stereotype as a person, right? So I want you to not just only taking advantage of the technology, but also really coming back understanding about us as a human being, so that you can create a model that technology helping you to do. And secondly, when we're talking about the system itself, we're talking about whether it's CRM, the marketing, sale or services, but then we need to do that. We need to use the tool and the services in the way that we understand the customer as a human being. And then the system here can helping you to achieve what business that you wanted to, right? Possibly a little bit here and then talking about theory for the last few minutes. So I just want to bring you down a little bit and understand what is the CK and Cloud Kinetic can be doing. So we are one of the partner with all of the cloud provider here that you can mention, like AWS, Google, and Oracle. Also, the solution provider, a top notch that we are doing. And the good thing here is that we not just only own the technical and skill set that helping the business to do to implement and to build the system for you. We're coming in with a deep knowledge about the business outcomes. We can offering and within the topic that today, there's a lot of customer coming to Cloud Kinetic, helping them to build a data center and data analytic tool, and helping the business to deliver the business outcome that they wanted to. And that is something I want to say to you guys, that you're not just only looking for the right solution, the right platform, but looking for and looking for and choose the right business partner who can be able to understand the business outcome and build the solution with them. So that is some of the experience that I saw and I've been seeing a lot of customer here in Vietnam right now is looking for. Right? The few slide that I just mentioned here about our differentiation, our focus in in terms of skill set. I don't want to pay too much attention and sharing on this one, which is, however, just take an opportunity to saying that even though we are taking the approach from the business, from the infrastructure side, but as a person who do a lot of business consulting and working with the customer, we understand very deeply about how the business outcome and the strategy and also the objective the business would like to have when it comes to the customer, building the customer, analytic and understanding them. Because I do understand that and I do seeing that customer information and customer itself, that is the value and the assets a company would like to build, right, in the long run. So not just only about the other services that we bring, but I just want to very focus on the intelligent data analytic capability that CK can help the business out there to build and to achieve. Right? So my sharing is stop here. So I think I welcome every question, every discussion that you guys have, and hopefully that we can actually helping each others along the way to starting your digital transformation, digital journey, and very much business focus. And let CK help you with the technology part so that you can focusing on the business itself. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phúc Anh, for your interesting sharing. Rất cảm ơn diễn giả Phúc Anh về phần chia sẻ vừa rồi ạ.
Thank you.